But in the case of an international pandemic, every minute is a life. So lock it down, stay at home, be in home quarantine. Even if you're on the list for essential services, if you don't have to be out, don't be out, because the less contact we have, the less spread we'll have.
In today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about what's been going on here in the state of Hawaii, especially in the city and county of Honolulu, or the island of Oahu. This global pandemic that's been affecting the United States as well as the rest of the world pretty badly. So I want to kind of give you guys my feelings about that as it pertains to this channel and what we do here. Yeah, so let's get started. Aloha guys, Justin here with another episode of Fish and Dive Hawaii, where we try to give you all the best fishing and diving tips here in the Aloha State. And first off, for all the people who have been watching my channel for a while, I just want to apologize. I've kind of been ghosting you guys for the last couple weeks. And as you guys know who follow my Instagram page, I've been coaching baseball, both junior varsity and varsity, and all my time's been going to helping the boys out. And with everything that's been going on, our season has been suspended indefinitely. In the meantime, I want to catch up on all the content that's been missing on the channel. These new executive orders that the mayor put out yesterday and what the governor is going to put out any hour now, it's going to give me a lot of time to sit at home and edit a lot of videos that have been backlogged. So thank you guys for being patient with me. So as I'm talking to you guys right now, it's March 23rd 2020. It's the evening time here in Haleiwa, Hawaii. I'm at my mom's house hanging out, and starting at 4:30 today, the government started the executive order, which is to stay at home and work from home until April 30th. And that can be amended. It might be extended, it might be shortened, depending on how this virus is affecting our community and our county here in Honolulu. As of right now, we have 77 cases. I think 21 overnight, which is the biggest change to the amount of cases day by day since it was first introduced to our islands here in Hawaii. I've been keeping up with this news for the last month or so, ever since they've been publishing about it, as it started in Wuhan, China. And I didn't think too much of it at first. I tend to always question what media puts out there. I think a lot of us do, especially in today's times. You know, it's gonna be the same thing like Ebola and all these other diseases that come up every 3-4 years, where we hear about it, it makes the headlines, and it's just gone in the next couple of weeks. Now that you see communities and countries around the world getting hit really hard, at first in China, then Iran and Spain and Italy, it just kind of makes you think that this is not something that you should mess around with. This is really hurting people and affecting people. Definitely not something to be taken lightly. I do wish that the state of Hawaii would have done something sooner, especially since we're a tight-knit community, and something like that could be very preventable here on Oahu. And it could also go the flip side, because we are all stuck on an island and we do have limited amount of supplies. A couple days ago, Governor Ige announced the travel ban pretty much for 2 weeks, the quarantine, and he didn't make it go into effect until this Thursday. Today is Monday. I think he announced it on Saturday, and I didn't think that was soon enough. Just last week, Thursday, I was sitting at a meeting at my high school talking about spring sports with the AD, and just a couple of days later, all major sports are shut down, suspended. All high school athletics, pretty much everything has grinded to a halt in just a matter of hours pretty much. And this whole past week has really allowed me to reflect on what's really important in life. It allows you to slow things down and prioritize things that should be a priority. Family, friends, people that you love, taking care of the community. All these things are values that I feel like in day-to-day life, especially how I've been living the last few months, those things were not a priority to me. And it's really forced me to see it in that way. And for that, I'm really thankful with all of this negativity that's been going on in the world. You know, I've been watching news and I've been hearing different quotes that different leadership in our government has been saying. One is a famous quote by JFK: "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." And that's something that's what it's gonna take to beat this war that we're in right now against this invisible enemy, as a lot of people like to call it. We are at war with an invisible enemy, and unlike 9/11 or other situations where we send our 1%, send our people that serve in the United States military out there, It's gonna take 100% of us. It's gonna take everybody to do what they need to do to practice the social distancing, to follow the CDC guidelines. It's gonna take us to do everything that we can to prevent this from spreading and to prevent this from turning into something greater than what it already is. So I challenge you guys to reflect and see what you can do to help better our community, whether that means staying at home and not going outside if you're younger like me, or if you guys are gonna go outside, maybe offer to buy food for your older relatives that are more susceptible to this disease. Offer to buy them stuff at the grocery store so they don't have to go out and purchase things unnecessarily, you know? Offer that kind of stuff and see what you can do during this time, and it'll make you feel a lot better about yourself too. And the big thing that I've been reflecting on, and something that you guys don't know about me because I've never introduced it to the channel, but I really want to, and I've been always on the fence about how I'm gonna integrate it with my content, with my fishing and diving videos and everything we do here, is the fact that I'm Christian. I believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I believe that message needs to be shared with the world, and I've been fortunate enough to have an audience that enjoys watching my videos, and that's something that I would want to introduce. So if you guys have any ideas about that, please comment it down below. And that's just an example of something that you can reflect on and something that you know you need to be better at, and in these next days, weeks, months, you can work towards that goal. I've been backsliding about my faith, and I want to rejuvenate that relationship that I have with God, and that's something that I really need to work on. And when I feel like things are right with God, everything else goes. I'm able to publish videos consistently. My family life is good, my work life is good. It's not perfect, you know, but it's a lot better than where it's been at these last few months. I feel like everything's been out of whack, and it tells you that in the scriptures. If you don't pray, if you're not reading the Bible, if your relationship isn't good with God, that's when things start getting out of whack. So that's something I definitely want to work towards during this time where we all are going to be staying home. So those are just some thoughts and things that I wanted to reflect on and share with you guys here on my YouTube channel. The next thing I want to talk about is why it's important to be able to go fishing and diving and hunting, which is something that is on my bucket list, but why it's important to be self-sustainable, as a lot of people like to call it. Here in Hawaii, we live on an island. 90-something% of our goods are imported from the mainland and other parts of the world. As a state, we are definitely not self-sustainable. We can be, but we're not there. That's why it's important when we run out of food. Say this epidemic or this pandemic lasts for months and months and months and months, and the food starts running out and the imported goods can't come in because the workers are getting sick. You know, you never know what can happen, but you guys know as fishermen and divers that you can go out there and provide food for your family and friends. With that being said though, I know the mayor issued out that emergency declaration, whatever it's called, where only essential workers are allowed to go to work, or if you guys are leaving your house, you can only get essential goods, or you can go out and go running and walking. I don't know where fishing and diving lands on that list. I'd say that diving would be considered an outdoor activity. It's definitely legal, and you could make the case that you're going out there to provide food. But at a time like this, if you guys have food at your house, or if the restaurants and takeout places are still open, then why would you go diving and put yourself at risk and put your community at risk? If something happens to you when you're out there and a first responder has to go and rescue you, or, you know, God forbid something else happens, then that's taking away those first responders when they can be going towards other emergencies. And the more that this thing is going on, the more and more we're gonna count on those first responders to be able to deal with things that are going on in our community. So pretty much what I'm saying is, even though it's legal for you guys to go diving and fishing, I wouldn't recommend it. Just stay at home, you know, do what you can to take care of your community from your household, or like I said, if you're going to grocery stores, offer to buy food or get food and other things that older people may need that are more vulnerable to this disease. And if you guys need to, if the money is low, I know a lot of people are getting laid off and you need food, obviously you guys have the skills to go out there and go catch food. If you guys don't, then watch all my videos. I got a ton of videos. I got playlists that show you guys how to go spearfishing and everything else. But yeah, I just wanted to come out here, share my thoughts with you guys about what's been going on here in the state of Hawaii and the world at this time, and kind of give you guys my thoughts and feelings about all of this, and yeah, kind of share my message. And just like that, my GoPro died, but that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Make sure you guys are staying safe out there. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're putting yourself at risk as well as others, and we'll all get through this together. But in the meantime, I'll be posting more fishing and diving videos, whether it be tips or some new interesting content that I have in mind. So stay tuned for that. See you guys in the next video. Shoots mahalo. See you later. Bye-bye.